Hello everyone. Thank you very much for taking a minute to watch this quick video. Purpose of the video is just to kind of help you get familiar with what you're going to see in our course. We're going to start at the home link. Under course resources, you'll see the textbook. Also, you have the syllabus. But over here under the menu, you'll have another syllabus. If you view this syllabus over here, you will actually see my name and how you can contact me. You can see my home phone number. Please note that this is a landline and no text messages are accepted. You're encouraged to call me if you ever have any questions. If you don't want to call me, you can always send me an email. All right, let's go back home and scroll down. For each lesson, I have put the dates. So that kind of shows you where you should be. Also, you'll note initial responses due by Wednesday, and that's tightly enforced. Why are we doing it on Wednesday? Why don't we have until Sunday to respond? Well, the goal here is that get you started, have your initial post to the discussion forum by Wednesday. That will allow your colleagues to have time to read your initial post and respond. You don't have to have all your responses in until Sunday of the current week, but please post your initial response by Wednesday. So let's look under lesson 1. You can see your readings. And one thing you might want to note, in lesson 1, you're actually going to be participating in 2 discussion forums. So that means for each of those discussion forums, your initial post should be by Wednesday. Then you can scroll down and you can see all the other weeks. You have a midterm, and this is the only exam you'll be taking in this course, and that's the midterm. It will be available June 28th through July 4th. Let's continue on down, you can see the other weeks. Now look at lesson 8. When is this final project actually due? It's due by the end of week 7. So in other words, it's due by July 25th. Late papers are never accepted. And let's scroll back up to the top. Next thing we want to look at are the announcements. I have posted many announcements already. Start down at the bottom. You have a welcome, then the discussion, you can find out something about me. You're never alone. There's a video there, which I encourage you to watch. And as you're watching that, kind of picture I am the dolphin and you are the dog. Together we will succeed. I encourage you to watch that video. Let's go back to the rest of the announcements. Remember, when in doubt, ask. I do care about your success. The ring is my home phone number. Please do not post attachments to discussion forums. Why not? Because your colleagues probably won't take the time to download your attachment. Just type right inside the discussion forum text box. We have a discussion forum grading rubric, a Q&A about the due dates, why are we doing it Wednesday, late assignment procedure, your 8-week, that's for the whole course. How to get started in our course. Well, first thing you want to do is watch this video. We know we have a midterm in lesson 4. So I put out a study guide. I encourage you to kind of click on this. Talks about what's going to be on the midterm, how long you have to complete it. And then I give you some study guide questions. No, I do not provide the answers. That's for you to find out. If you can go through this, download it early. So as you're doing your readings between weeks 1 and 4, you'll have something to really help you focus. Goal is to find the answers to all these questions before you take the midterm. Let's go back to announcements. If you have a cell phone, maybe you want to connect to our course using your cell phone. It gives you mobile guides. This final project in Commons. Let's look at that. Post this early just to help you. When you're writing your final project, you may either write a paper or you may create a PowerPoint. It's recommended that you write at least 1,250 words if you're doing a paper, or if you're doing a PowerPoint, 850 words. Why the difference? Because in the PowerPoint, you're doing two parts. You're creating your PowerPoint, you're typing keywords and phrases on your slides, and detailed notes in the notes section of your PowerPoint. So you have a little bit more work to do if you're going to do a PowerPoint versus a paper. If you're not familiar with the notes section of a PowerPoint, and you're going to use a PowerPoint, just open your PowerPoint. It has a tri-pane view by default. You have the main slide. On the left, you have the different slides that you add to your PowerPoint. And underneath each slide, you should see the notes section. This is where I want you to click there. And as you're imagine that you're going to be presenting this PowerPoint, whatever you would say when you were presenting it, type that detailed response in the notes section. You're typing this for each slide. By the time you finish, you should have written at least 850 words. That's a combination of all your slides. You're not typing 850 words per slide. It's for all slides. And it needs to appear in the notes section of your PowerPoint. I don't care so much what you have on the slides because that doesn't really count towards that word count. What counts is what you're putting in the notes section. So on your slides, you should use keywords, pictures, whatever represents what you're trying to talk about. Don't use full paragraphs on your slides because that's really not going to help your grade. Where you want to type detailed responses is in the notes section. That's where I'll look when I grade your paper. If you don't have any information in the notes section, you're not going to meet the 850 word requirement. Another thing you should definitely not do is submit PDF files. They won't be graded. Either use a Word document, text file, RTF, or PowerPoint. Why can't you save your PowerPoint as a PDF file? First of all, it's set where it won't accept PDF files. And second of all, if you try to submit a PowerPoint as a PDF file, no matter what you might have typed in the notes section, I'll never see it. If you scroll down, you can kind of see what you should be discussing. And what's your grammar, what's your spelling, what's your originality. We do use Turnitin in our course. If most of your stuff is just taken from a source and placed in your document, that's not going to help you. What you need to do is do your research, engage in critical thinking, paraphrase, and then cite and reference all your sources. In this class, you're not going to be marked down for how you format, so you won't lose points for not using APA or MLA. So as long as you have a citation in the body of your paper and a reference at the end, you'll be good. Keep going down and you read additional comments about your paper. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, this isn't due until the end of week 7. Let's go back to the announcements. And you have the start of our class. Now, to help you meet this Wednesday deadline of posting your initial post, if you look over on discussions link, you will see that all your discussions have been open. I understand everybody's schedule is a little bit different, right? And some won't have problems meeting that Wednesday. But what happens if your schedule is kind of crazy? This is why I opened all discussion forums. So if you know you're not going to be able to meet that Wednesday deadline because of work schedule or personal life, work ahead of schedule. All these discussion forums are open. Now, another thing I do to help you stay on track, see where it says pinned discussions? I try to put the current discussion forums up in this area. All the remaining discussions fall under the heading discussion. And then after the week has passed and you should have posted, then these will be hidden. They'll be closed, so you won't be able to gain access. But you can see when the due dates are all due, right? The first two are up here. They're due week 1. Post your initial post by Wednesday and respond to at least one of your colleagues by Sunday. Of course, you're always encouraged to respond to more than one colleague. Opened up some other things. You have access to your grades. Anytime you're wondering how you're doing, come on over to grades. If by chance you don't score a perfect score for a given assignment, I always post reasons. So you may, as this starts getting populated with your grades, you may see little indicators in this area. If you're not sure what happened and why you didn't score a perfect grade, check out my comments. That should help you. You have your modules, your discussions, your quizzes. It's just the midterm. It will be available June 28th through July 4th. Your assignments, primarily your discussion forums, right? But also your final project. It's due by July 25th. At the end of every week, I'll be taking attendance, and that will go to the school administration. These other links are just kind of there for you. Look at the people link. Here you'll find the names of your students that are with you, as well as my email. You can see over the row, you can look down and you can see teacher right there. So if you ever need to contact me, please feel free to reach out to me. You can either send me an email or call me. But always send emails through our course. Don't go outside and try to send it from outside someplace. Why? Because I teach more than one course. If you send it from within the course, I'll be able to quickly be able to read it, know what class you're enrolled in, and help you. So please, anytime you have an email you want to send to me, come right here and click on my name and send me an email. Your to-do things, these are the announcements you're reading. I have put several announcements here already, but throughout our course I'll be posting more. So right now, please take time and read all these announcements. If you have any questions, please ask me. I hope this overview helped you get started in our class, and I wish you success. Thank you very much for watching.